In this lesson, we will talk about Excel and data tables. This is an important topic, so listen closely. We have an Excel sheet here. It's called Docs. We got 4 columns: ID, name, age, and senior. The ID, that's just a unique number, 1, 2, 3, up to 10. Then we got a name of the dog. We got the dog's age, and then we got a blank column of senior. We want to work with this. So the first thing that we will do is that we will close down the Excel sheet. I put it on the desktop, by the way. Then we want to read it into UiPath. So find an Excel application scope, drag it in. We want to get the workbook path. We could either just browse here, or the most correct way will be to minimize UiPath, find your Excel sheet, shift right click, copy as path. Then we go back to UiPath. Now we can either put it in here, but the best practice is to create a variable. So let us create a variable. We will call this Excel book. And then you simply just, in the default, that is the value, you'll paste in the path here. And it's a string. So now we can just put in the variable up here, Excel book. So this one will work with this Excel book. The reason for having the variable up here instead of just the hard-coded address is that if we update the address, we can just update it here. For example, if we use this book on several occasions in our workflow. So let's stick to this best practice. We can untick the visible because we don't want to see what's going on in the Excel sheet. But that is good if we want to test something, but we don't. So we'll untick the visible. Then we want to read the Excel sheet into a data table. And let us talk about data tables. Data table is nothing but an Excel sheet, but that data table only exists in the memory. So it will be rows and columns, and it will only exist when the robot runs. It is smart because we can manipulate it. So the strategy is that we want to read the Excel sheet into a data table, then we want to manipulate the data, and then we write the content of the data table back to Excel. That's the strategy. So let's read it. We find a read range here in the Excel activities. Make sure that is the one in the Excel, because there are 2. Drag in the read range. This one will read a sheet. This is sheet 1. And be sure to verify that your sheet is named sheet 1, because otherwise it wouldn't work. We can see that it indeed is the case here. Then the range here, we want to read the entire range. You can either have quotation marks as here, or you can simply just delete it. This one will read the entire sheet. Then we want to output it to a data table, as I told you. So go over here, press Ctrl K, and we can call this docs. Sorry, that was dog. Let us correct it. So go down to variables. You can see it here, and we will correct that to docs. Like this, and this is a data table. That's fine. So it will read the Excel sheet into this data table. Now we are ready to work with the data. And what we'll do here is that we'll work with the data table. So we find a for each row. Here. We drag it in underneath here. So for each row, that's fine. That's each of the row in the data tables, and we want to use the data table that we just created. That is docs. So just type docs in here. That's fine. What do we want to do? Well, let's create some simple examples. The first one is that we want to find out what the corresponding name to the ID 8 is. And we can do that quite simply. So let's find an if, search for if, here, drag it in. We will ask a question now, because here in an if, we will ask a question, and then it can either be true, it will go to then, or it can be false, it will go to else. We will ask. So if the row, that is the current row that we are working in, then we want to get the whatever in the idea. So say we are here, then the idea, that is 2, so that is the ID column. And the column here in the vb.net, that is item, then parentheses, quotation marks, idea. And because it's from Excel, it's an object, we need to convert it to a string. I know it can sound a little bit counterintuitive, but that's just how it is. So let's do this. So if the row item idea, that is equal to 8, for example, in quotation marks, then we want to do something. Then we want to pop up a message to the user. So let's find a message box here, drag it in, and we can, let's make a message here. Then we can work our way into the getting the data out. So we'll just make a text at first, so quotation mark, the dog got idea, then space, and then we can put in the value of the Q and row and the ID column. So we'll do this, plus row item in parentheses idea to string. So this one will just put out whatever ID it is, and of course we know it's 8, but that could change. And we can also put in the name and the age. So we'll do this, plus, then we can say got the name, plus, and then we will simply just do as we did before, row item, and this time it is age, so age to string. That will print out the corresponding age. And we can have the name as well. Oh, sorry, that one was name, so we will have the name here. And we will have the age, so plus, and the age, like this. Then a space, maybe space in front. And we can just print out the age. So row item age to string, like this. It was a long one, but it's good to get used to these row item, understand what's going on here, because that is important. So we can run the file. Remember to close down the Excel sheet here, and we can run the file. We should get the name of the ID 8 and the corresponding age in a few seconds. So now we run it, and we can see here the dog got ID 8, got a name Tankable, and the age 5. Well, we forgot a space here, but that's just grammar. So that's how easy it is to work with data. And now we could also say that we wanted both the idea 8 and maybe the idea 10. Then we can just say or here, and we will just copy this, because so it's, if the idea is either 8 or 10, then we want to print out the name like this. We will run it again. Here, the dog got ID 8, got the name Tankable, and the age 5. Then we should have another dog when we click OK. And we can see we got that here. 10, got the name Vera, Fang, and the age 5. So far, so good. So that was working with strings from Excel. Now we want to read the age and assign a value to the senior column, and then update the Excel sheet with their value. So what we'll do here is that we will delete this if, and we can drag in another if. So find an if and drag it in. Now we want to ask, we want to look at the row item age, that is the Q and row and the age column. So we will say row item age. What we'll do here is that this is the row item age, and usually we will, before we converted it to a string, but now we need it as an integer because we want to look as it as a whole number. We want to ask, is it bigger than or equal to 6? So what we'll do here is that we will, in front of this, we will say convert, and now you can see nothing happened, but if you press Control space, let me do this. So we can press Control space here, so we can say convert. We can see that it helps us. So here, then dot, and then we will convert it to what? We will convert it to an int 32, like this. Then we will have a parentheses. Be sure to delete the space. So we will convert this row item age to an integer. So another parentheses, and this is converted to an integer. Now we just need to ask, what ages do we want to look at? We want to look at if the age is bigger than or equal to 6, then we want to do something. That's here. And First, we can just print out the names of the old docs, and then we can update the Excel sheet. So drag in a message box. And then we can simply just put in row.Item, and then we will say the name, because we will have the age here. So we'll have the corresponding name, we'll print that out and tell the user that this is an old doc. We can just say is a senior. So now we get all the senior docs printed out. We can run it. Bilbo Baggins is a senior, Queen Elizabeth is a senior, Barack Obama is a senior, Dostoevsky is a senior. That's it. Now let's update the Excel sheet. So what we do here is that we will, instead of a message box, we simply just drag in and assign here. What do we want to assign to? We want to assign to the row, that's the current row again, and then the senior column, that's the item of senior. What do we want to say? Well, we can just say old doc, right? Like this. And remember, this assign is only updating the data table. And we want to update the Excel sheet. So outside the for each row, then now we have the data table updated with the old docs. Then we want to update the corresponding Excel sheet. So what we do here is that we will find a write range. That one will write the content of a data table to an Excel sheet. So drag it in here. Make sure it's outside the for each row, but still in this do here. We want to just overwrite to the sheet 1. Here, that's the range. Usually I just delete this range because it will just be always A1. And up here, I will add the headers. We need the headers. And then we just need the data table. And remember, we can either press Control Space, or we can remember that our data table is called docs, like this. So this one will loop through all the rows in the docs. It will look at if the age is bigger than or equal to 6, then it will assign an old doc in the senior column to the data table, and finally we print it out back to Excel. Let's see that in action. Like this. We can open up the Excel sheet now, and we will see that the senior column has gotten updated by our robot. Here you can see that we got the 4 old docs. That is because their age is bigger than or equal to 6. That was the introduction to Excel and data tables. We will have some use cases where we can repeat our knowledge.